Hi guys, Big Monday here, and welcome to Let's Play Dragonfin Soup, episode 5, and we are now on the 1.04 patch. So before we get into the Let's Play, I just want to show you a couple of highlights. Firstly, mouse scroll wheel is enabled on all menus now, which is nice. It's a nice little touch. If you are having regular crashes during the loading screen like I do, we can turn that off. We can turn threading off, which is great. That's pretty much it for now. Let's jump in. So now I have been and cleaned up my inventory. Sold all my junk. Come on. Okay, so I've been in. I sold all the junk that I didn't want. I've equipped a wedding ring, which I was carrying last time but never got around to equipping. I've also used one of the power gems on my bladed maul. The reason for that is I really like the side swipe of the of axe weapons. So even though they're not necessarily the most powerful, it's nice when you get swarmed, and it's nice for clearing out grass. So I tend to go a powerful weapon here and a side swipe weapon here, so just to kind of keep that scaling with the other weapons I can pick up, I use the power gem on that to try and buff it a little. Other things we want to take a look at is in the new patch we now have the luck value. Now this was in the game obviously before, but we didn't really see anything in the user interface, but it could be really significant. So the way this works is luck is like a combined value for things like stunning the enemy, critical strikes, dodges, stuff like that. So you may have noticed in one of the previous episodes when I shot a group of enemies, I stunned 2 enemies at the same time with a shotgun blast, and different shotgun ammo is more likely to do it. Like this buckshot shotgun cartridge is much lower stats than the heavy shotgun cartridges I've got equipped, but it's got a really high luck value. So this is actually really likely to stun the enemies, whereas the heavy shotgun isn't. So yes, the heavy shotgun will do more damage, but when I can stun an enemy for 3 turns, maybe it would be more useful to use a buckshot. I don't know. Maybe. So other little features we've got in the new version is we have this sort of free movement option, where if some particular controller users will have struggled with doing a single precise step, because sometimes if you want to go diagonally, the controller recognizes it recognizes a sideways or up and down movement before it recognizes the diagonal. And when you're in a tough situation, that can sometimes get you screwed over. So if we hold the cancel button, we get this lovely grid come up, which also it increases the transparency of all the stuff in the world. You see all the objects sort of go transparent. And if we then point a direction with the control stick, we can then perform a single precise step, and what's happening is I'm holding the B button, and when I release the B button is when it will actually move. So again, sometimes you will have noticed that if you walk, sometimes you'll step one step further than you intended and stuff like that, but with this it gives us that sort of finer control that's necessary for a game that can be really strategic at points. So one last thing that is really a nice feature. If you're a mouse user, you may have noticed at some point you click on something to move. Let's say I want to move over there, and you attack it by accident. Now this feature was put in so you can walk behind enemies. Sometimes it's awkward to click on a space behind certain enemies. There's the click and drag feature. So previously you moved when you clicked. Now you move when you release the button. So if I just click and release, it behaves exactly the same. But if I click and hold, I can drag around where I want to move, and I can use this to position in a space that's behind an enemy, or I can use this to make sure I'm not accidentally clicking on it. I mean, if you're using this and you're still accidentally destroying fences, then you probably need to practice using your mouse a little bit. So there we go. One thing of note, I am not a touch user, and when I first had a look through the options, I turned touch controls off because I'm like, well, why do I even need them? And this feature stopped working. In fact, mouse clicks stopped working, which is a bit weird. And I'll bug report that later, but to be honest, you don't really need to turn touch controls off if you don't have a touch screen. I don't really know why I did, but anyway, nearly destroyed things. So okay, we got given a quest last time to go and deliver a package to Wilson and Allison, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go and send them this package. Now, you notice when we get to the world map here, we are starting to unlock a lot more places on the map that are staying on the map. The Snow White is quite a nice place to get attacked when you arrive. Don't really know what that's for yet. I know they kept sort of dropping hints that it's important during all the sort of run up to the game being released and stuff, but I've not been there yet, so I don't know what I'm doing. So let's have a wander around. Oh hey dude, who are you? Jester Allison. Watch where you're standing, boy! Boy! Long blonde hair, blue eyes, and a pair of ample breasts. And you call me a boy. I would not like to be blind like you. You've been sitting in the sun for too long, old man. You could fry an egg on your neck. Yeah! Yeah, he's kind of... so this is going to be our crafting quest. So we finally sort of... This is, if you haven't managed to get introduced to the crafting system yet, this is where we're going to learn it. Now Scoot, get back here with them 4 pine boards. Right, so I've received 6 pine logs and the guy wants 4 pine boards. And the question is, has he given me the recipe? No, so now we have to figure out how to do it. So I'm going to hazard a guess that there's probably a recipe around here somewhere. Though I don't want to just randomly start hacking away at this guy's stuff. Probably not the best thing to do. Maybe there isn't a recipe. Maybe I do have to hack away at his stuff. go inside, see if we can find anything useful in here. There's got to be a recipe around here for this. Oh, we can get to our storage chest. Excellent. That's really handy, because in case I screw up. Oh, we have a merchant here, but it's really foggy in here. Good timing. Please send Mr. Jin my thanks. Okay, so package delivery complete. Welcome to Wilson and Allison. Let's buy ourselves something. Maybe this guy has a recipe. I can buy pine boards from here. And pine logs, which is, again, handy. But that would be cheating. Oh, hey, buddy. So how can you stand the heat? I can barely breathe in here. Yeah, it's very smoky in here. But work of this kind takes a lot of concentration, really. By the balls of Asura. I just did. Just call me Baron. No need for Mister. Oh, he can tell that we're a lady this time. Haven't heard from Jin? Jin and I, 38 years ago. Yeah, they are old guys. Don't you think that's an insider for? Ah, this is like a code word. Ah, Jin took a bullet for him. Well, that's nice of him. What an asshole. Ah, okay. Ah, so that's why Jin's in Marlenheim. Yeah, Jin's a really nice guy. Do you have any... Ah, so this is going to be another crafting quest, I think. No strange work, I'm a quick learner. Alright then, let's see what you can do. If you pass the test, I might have some more work for you. Excellent. Thanks, Baron. What do you need? Let's see if you can make a tin ingot. That should be easy enough. Here, let me give you some tin ore. You only need 3 to make an ingot, but I will give you some more just in case. So this is kind of one of the things I don't like about the game, that doesn't really give you early crafting recipes early. Oh, this is another one of the features that I really like. You probably noticed that as you're wandering around, you get this sort of stat appear in the corner. It tells you that certain your attack or defense and stuff like that has changed. Well, before you kind of had to guess that would happen. Well, now they've added this subtle particle effect. It's kind of difficult to see if you're on a small screen, but you can see this sort of green sort of little pops, bubbles. It's really subtle, but it's there. And that shows you that's one of these tiles where you'll get this buff. So let's see if I can actually do any crafting. Maybe I don't need a recipe because it's a basic item. I don't know because we haven't done any crafting yet. Tin ore. That gives me the option to create, having 2 of them. Having 3 of them. Let's do that. Let's try and create. You are ready to craft this recipe? Hang on, what recipe am I on? Brass rods, bokkins. Crafting attempt failed. Oh, crafting was successful. Okay, so that got me a tin ingot. Right, so for basic stuff, I can just throw materials in and it'll work. I wonder if I can craft alcohol like that. Okay, so let's... Okay, so with the pine log, I only need 1. Well, let's put all of those in. I'm going to switch to mouse for this. Oh, I can't put all of those in. Okay. Do I have to remove the log? Yes, I have to remove the log. And it's failed, but I don't lose the item. I think maybe we should lose the item. Or maybe if it's basic items, we should lose the item. Oh, we did lose the item. Also, sometimes you lose the item and sometimes you don't. So some items are destroyed. Okay. Okay, so that's 4 boards, but I can't create the tin ore. I think he asked me for 2 lots of tin. I'm a natural, really? Oh, sweet, another power crystal. So, now we've got another power crystal. I'm going to switch back to mouse for a sec, because I'm going to drop that off, and I'm going to upgrade my bladed maul again, because I really want to keep that item. So let's go and talk to the other chappie outside. Now what I'm wondering with this crafting system is, can I craft any recipe that I know the recipe to? Let's say, do I need, even if I don't actually have the recipe, if I know it myself, can I still craft it? Obviously, really basic recipes are going to be quite easy to guess, so... Why don't you come see me every other day? I pay better than a backwoods hermit looking for loving. Okay. You got me at bay. Okay, so he doesn't have another quest for me yet. But the guy inside does. Okay, now I'm kind of curious though, because I've got a lot of stuff sitting in my chest. I'm going to do this next quest this guy's got first. Okay, so he doesn't have a quest for me right now. Okay, well, let's have a look what I have in here. Log. Any more logs? Any more logs? Yes, ghost mahogany log. Okay, let's see if using, hello cat, using different amounts of stuff or the arrangement makes a difference, maybe? Apparently not. Crafting attempt failed. Okay, so once I've found it, okay, that needs to auto-remove. Crafting attempt failed. Let's try again. So, right. So, I can craft things if I know what I'm putting in, so I can just guess the recipe. But since there's a chance it can fail, possibly not the best way to do it with more expensive items. Obviously, with raw materials, it's going to be fairly straightforward. Let's just have a quick look what other things I've got. I'm not going to do all this crafting now. Unless I find something interesting, I'll probably do all this off camera. Yeah, I'll do some experimenting with this off camera. I'm sure the ores I could just hammer through here. But let's see if we can go. Let's go. Yeah, let's go find Jin. Because I think it's Jin we're going to need to go to now. Oh, he's got a quest for me now. Okay, no he hasn't. But let's go back to Jin. Let's go see how Jin is. So by the way, guys, if you've noticed the little wine voucher at the bottom, if you're a fan of alcohol, as Red Robin is in this game, if you use that link at the bottom, you can get £40 off Naked Wines. Really nice stuff. Just thought I'd mention that while we're wandering back to gin. Okay, the scientist has another mission. Let's talk to Jin first. Back already? That's quite odd. They're not biological, both in business and life. They cannot legally marry you, say. Ah. £138 gold, and this little fella. Thanks, Jin. A little fella. So have we got another pet now? Oh, the gentle hand. High five. Okay, this is actually quite cool. The fact that we now get another pet, so we can have 2 pets following us around. Oh, this would have been really cool on the succubus mission. Hey, little buddy. Oh, not you, cat. So Jin now has a mission for us. The scientist has a mission for us. Everybody's got a mission for us. So I think I'm gonna cut it there, guys. And I'm gonna go and play about with some crafting. So next time I'll sort of run you through any cool things I've found from crafting, and we'll go and sort of do these missions for these guys. So go and have a play with crafting yourselves, guys, I guess. And see you all soon, guys. Bye bye.